Today I want to share one of my most versatile batteries in my lineup today. It is the Neewer 99 watt hour battery. It outputs 99 watts and it's got several ports on it. I'm going to go over those with you today. It comes with a DTAP cable, so if you have anything you need to plug DTAP to DTAP, you can do that. I've also purchased the DTAP to DC, which is great. This one's coiled and I really love it. Just bought that on Amazon. Also, I've purchased the adapter plate, so I can adapt this to really anything I want. So basically just put it on the V-mount there and then clamp it to whatever I need. So I'm going to share how I use it. Let's go over the ports today. Obviously we have DTAP on the side. On the back we have the V-mount ports, which is great if you have a V-mount accessory. And then you have on one side USB-C, USB-A. You get 99 watts out of that. And then you have 12 volts and you have output 12 volt and 8 volt on the top. And then on the front of it, you have your readout, tells you your power, what you're charging at, if you're charging, and then what your outputs are for your USB-C, your 12 volt, and your 8 volt. So that way you know what's going out. And then it doesn't have DTAP. I'm sure it would read it if it's on there. But anyway, I've got several accessories this is great for. Number one that I use it for lately has been my R5 or R5 II. I just take the USB-C, I plug it in with the USB-C cable right here. This is on the tripod. And then I have a battery in here, turn it on. You'll see the battery indicator go from like bright white to like a gray or dim, like kind of 50% white. And what that means is that it's charging. So this thing here is charging this camera. The only thing I think that might be an issue is if you are susceptible to overheating, that could be a problem. Has not been for me. I haven't been in a lot of heat, but I've been in some heat here in Oregon and haven't had any issues. But this thing will power it almost indefinitely, it seems like. I've not drained this at all more than I think 70%. At a wedding, and I don't do a lot of weddings, but more elopements and things like that. We did do a couple full day weddings and had no issues, and it was great. Nice to know that your battery's not going to run out on you at all. Other things that I use it for is I have the Lightmons light here. It's a light panel I mainly use for the RGB feature, but this just clips right on there, and then it powers it straight to the ports. I used this on a food shoot last year for some rim lights because I needed some harsh light to come in, and phenomenal. Just so easy. No cables, nothing. And then I have the Godox lights. I have two of the ML bi-60s. I used to take these to every single wedding. Now to my sides now are two ML 100 bi-colors. And so it powers those wonderfully for about an hour at full power, which I never use at full power. But this one here I can clip on the back right here, this handle, and then I'll use the DTAP cable to DC, plug that into my battery or my light. And then I've also used it just to power my phone, USB-C to the phone. So super easy, yeah, but pretty slick. I love this little battery. Neewer sent it to me to review and test, but I've already owned it for a year. So now I have two. I've owned this since, gosh, probably like about 14 months or so, and I love it. So it was easy for me to say, yeah, send it over. I'll review it. I already know everything about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.